Welcome back to another Overall Nerds review. This time we're talking about The Devil's Hour. The Devil's Hour follows Lucy, who's a social worker trying to figure out how to help her son's lack of emotional development, while she's trying to figure out if she's going crazy herself as she begins seeing strange visions in her sleep. Soon, she becomes wrapped up in a murder investigation connected to a disappearance many years ago that might possibly involve time travel. This is a new sci-fi drama from Amazon Prime, and for me, I kind of clicked on it for one reason, which you'll find out later, but I ended up loving the show. It's got this really cool way of structuring itself. There's 2 points of time, one that's slightly ahead of time in the future and one that mostly follows present day. There's flashbacks as well throughout and stuff when it's kind of displaying those visions that the premise was talked about there. But what that does is they normally start with one end of time, go through the present day stuff and then end in that future set of time. And that creates a nice little capsule for the episode to go through, whilst also building the overall narrative that the show has going for it. It keeps engaging, it keeps you thinking, the show will have you asking a lot of questions, and it makes it really enjoyable on the rewatch. I was able to start rewatching it a bit. I got through like the first 2 episodes, and you just start to notice so much more of what the show's setting up and what's alluding to throughout its entire season. The show is really upheld by its cast of characters as well. You've got Jessica Raine as the main character of Lucy Chambers. You have Nikesh Patel playing Ravi, Barbara Martin playing Lucy Chambers' mother, Alex Ferns as Nick Holness, who's Ravi's kind of detective partner, and those two form a really great bond throughout the show. But of course there's the main man, Peter Capaldi. Obviously that was sort of the main reason I ended up watching the show, just because seeing Peter Capaldi in a potential time travel role is kind of you can't resist it, and he plays the role perfectly as Gideon. He's kind of like this, you don't really know where his morals lie, where his allegiances lie. There's times where you think he is the villain of the story, and there's times where you get a bit more sympathy for him. You get to understand where he's coming from and why he's doing what he's doing. So whilst the whole of the cast does a great job of portraying who they're portraying, there's kind of like a standout role, which I thought would be Capaldi, who does great, from Benjamin Chivers, who plays Isaac, Lucy Chambers' kid. And it's a really sort of weird role. He has to play a sort of emotionless husk, essentially. And you would think that would cause you for his performance to stand out in a bad way. You know, all these characters are conveying such emotion and he's kind of just there blank faced for most of it. But he does it amazingly well. He kind of has this extraterrestrial quality to him, which isn't even right because he is human. But finding out what his role is throughout the season, his capabilities, it really connects well to the Gideon scenes, because Gideon's kind of the only one with the answers. It connects well with Jessica Raine's character of Lucy Chambers, who is really trying to create that emotional connection to her son and really believes it's there. And then you have the connection to his father, who is a piece of shit. All the other stuff there as well, which crafts out a really great character, and he did a great job in the role. If I'm honest, I don't have too many negatives to say about the show. I think the finale might be hit or miss for some people. It's a very talky sort of episode, you know, it's the one that's kind of explaining everything that's happened. For me, it works really well because it's tying up all the loose ends, and it really helps on the rewatch when you're kind of recognizing what they were doing from the get-go. And it answers questions that you may have not even know you had. It really sets up season 2 really well. And I found it enjoyable getting those answers. However, if you're looking for a finale that's more visually pleasing, more action-packed, then this might not be the finale for you. But overall, this show is a hell of a ride. It's very bingeable. All 6 episodes are on Amazon right now. I definitely recommend it. I think you'll have a great time with it. Comment down below if you have seen it, what were your thoughts? If I'm going to give a rating, a ranking, or whatever out of 10, I can probably give it an 8 out of 10. I think the way the season ends gives it a lot of unique ways to move forward for season 2, which I hope it gets. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what happens next. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. We've been Overall Nerds.